Light frequency-based in-depth analysis of fast dehazing technique. Abstract haze evacuation for a solitary picture is known to be a difficult, badly presented issue in PC vision. The exhibition of existing earlier-based picture dehazing techniques is restricted by the adequacy of hand-structured highlights. Murkiness is one of the most significant elements which decrease the outside picture quality. Existing methodologies regularly plan to structure their models dependent on standards of fogs. In this paper, we propose a basic yet viable picture earlierdull channel preceding expel dimness from a solitary information picture. The dull channel earlier is a sort of measurements of outside dimness-free pictures. It depends on a key perception. Most nearby fixes in open-air cloudiness-free pictures contain a few pixels whose force is low in at any rate one shading channel. Utilizing this earlier with the cloudiness imaging model, we can straightforwardly gauge the thickness of the fog and recoup an excellent dimness-free picture. Results on an assortment of dim pictures show the intensity of the proposed earlier. Keywords: pin, transmission map, dehaze, defog, picture reclamation, profundity estimation. Introduction. Suspended particles in environment, for example, haze, murk. The fog, dust causes poor perceivability picture and twists the shades of the scene. Cloudiness picture views as a significant test issue in numerous applications in the fields of picture preparing and PC vision. Foggy pictures can be demonstrated as a blend of scene brilliance, air light, and transmission. Fog is an environmental wonder where turbid media dark the scenes. Dimness carries inconveniences to numerous PC vision or designs applications. It lessens the perceivability of the scenes and brings down the unwavering quality of open-air reconnaissance frameworks. It moderates the lucidity of the satellite images. It additionally vicissitudes the hues and diminishes the difference of day-by-day photographs, where it is an irritating cause to photographer as appeared in figure. Subsequently, expelling murkiness from pictures is a significant and broadly requested subject in PC vision and PC illustrations zones. 2. Literature survey. The writing study has been done to distinguish the issue in perceiving the hazed pictures. Suspended particles in air, for example, mist, the fog, dust causes poor perceivability picture and misshapes the shades of the scene, and this has spurred us to do this undertaking. In interpretation of the misty images composed by out-of-doors illusion system are blurry. Hence this manner recovers the outmoded k-means clustering algorithm, taking into consideration the correlation. Mrs. Meghashree A C, Assistant Professor, Electronics and Communication Engineering, DECS, VTUPG Center, Mysuru, Karnataka, India. Flanked by the mock-up and the continuing time of the algorithm, using the amended k-means clustering algorithm to diagnose the foggy images, the outmode defogging algorithm based on dark channel prior is upgraded from the angle of enlightening the malleability and efficacy of the algorithm. In addition to refining the defogging outcome, the lucidity of the foggy images is grasped based on the boosted defogging algorithm. 3. Proposed methodology. A block diagram. The framework which is being utilized right now plays out the assignment in pictures dehazing process. The obscured, foggy, shady example pictures are gathered, and the outcomes will be put away in the database which is gathered dependent on dimness picture data. So, the examples of obscured, foggy, overcast information gathered from the picture experiences the examination procedure. The above figure shows the framework engineering for the proposed technique. Informational collection is limited, identified with the murkiness imaged informational index, and the precision of pictures is determined. First, pre-processing the picture to expel some of clamor utilizing normal channel before assessing the dim channel earlier, which is evaluated dependent by and large. The primary commitment in this venture is the estimation of air light worth. Image processing is a tactic to play away some procedure on an image to acquire an improved image, otherwise to extricate specific useful statistics after it. So, in this undertaking, image processing assumes a significant job in changing over murkiness to dehaze the picture. A conventional information assortment development is vital, as it pledges that the evidence accumulated are both branded and exact, and that succeeding adoptions dependent on disputations exemplified in the citings are legitimates. The system stretches mutually yardstick beginning which to enumerate and in precise circumstances a emblem of what to improve shows the utilization case graph for data collection. As appeared in the underneath figure, the arrangement of caught image are put away in an impermanent record in MATLAB. The capacity is connected to the record set record from which the information is gotten to. The got RGB image is changed over into dark scale picture to decrease intricacy. Fig.2 flow chart of proposed system. The use case for the image dehazing is as portrayed as in the below figure. At first, the arrangement of caught pictures are put away in a transitory document in MATLAB. The got RGB picture is changed over into dark scale picture to decrease multifaceted nature. At that point, the pre-handling methods are applied on the got dark scale image. In light of the discernment on murkiness free open air image, in majority of non-sky patches, in any event solitary color conduit has exceptionally truncated power on certain pixels, which is known as dark channel prior, DCP. Updatation of atmospheric ignite utilization to upgrade the estimation of air light. Image restoration is utilized to re-establish the fog-free image. For implementation. Fig. 3. Block diagram pre-processing. As appeared in beneath figure, the preliminary point in the course is image securing by an imaging measuring device allied to a digitizer to digitize the image. The ensuing juncture is the pre-processing period site. The portrait is amended actuality taken care of as a involvement to different practices. Pre-processing habitually copes upgrading, evacuating color, secluding area, etc. Disunion parcels a image hooked on the thing constituent fragments or elements. The yield of dissection is customarily rudimentary pixel info which embraces of moreover the restraint of the locale or the area themselves. Fig. 4. Fig. 1. Block diagram of haze removal. A conventional information assortment development is vital as it pledges that the evidence accumulated are both branded and exact and that succeeding adoptions dependent on disputations exemplified in the citings are legitimates. The system stretches mutually yardstick beginning which to enumerate and in precise circumstances a emblem of what to improve shows the utilization case graph for data collection. As appeared in the underneath figure, the arrangement of caught image are put away in an impermanent record in MATLAB. The capacity is connected to the record set record from which the information is gotten to. The got RGB image is changed over into dark scale picture to decrease intricacy. The dark channel prior be contingent on awareness on murkiness freed outside images. In superior portion of non-sky patches, at any rate single shading channel possesses extremely truncated power at specific pixels. Namely, base forsaken a fix ought to encounter extremely truncated worth. The low power is obscurity channel are primarily because of three factors. 1. Shadows. E.g., the obscurities of the automobile's structures along with in openings inside city space images, otherwise the shadows of the leaves, trees, shakes and scenes picture. B. Vivid articles of surface. C. Dark articles or a surface. In the first place, the dull pixels can emerge out of the shadows in the image. Open-air pictures are loaded with shadows, example, shadows of the trees, structures, vehicles. Items with sporadic geometry like shakes and plants are effectively concealed. City spaces pictures, windows of structures watch dull all things considered, on the grounds that the indoor enlightenment is regularly a lot more fragile than the open-air light. This can likewise be considered as a sort of shadows. The model for this is appeared in first column of beneath figure. Second, the dim pixel can emerge out of vivid articles. Any articles with low reflectance in any shading direct will bring about the dark pixels. Outside pictures regularly contain questions in different hues, similarly to blossoms, leaves, vehicles, street signs, or people on foot as appeared in the second column of the underneath figure. Eye picture exaction module. It is utilized to differentiate the eye pictures of various keystrokes from information inputs. 2. Image process unit. This unit is used to extract applicable highlights and to gaze head position based on eye location. 3. Identification module. This unit decides a keystroke. Depends on extract characteristic and position of the head. 4. Various eye pictures. Here, it is expected that the climate light A is given and further accept that the transmission is nearby fix, x is consistent. The fixes is transmission is indicated as T, x. Taking minimum activity in neighborhood fix on fog. Imaging condition. Mini.o, x, IC, y, equals T, x, min y.o, x, jc, y, plus, 1t, x, AC condition, 2. J will in generally be 0 as appeared in the underneath condition. J dark, x, equals min c, mini.o, x, jc, y, equals 0 condition, 3. As AC is consistently positive, that condition, 2, promotes. Condition, 3, as demonstrated as follows. Min c, min y.o, x, jc, y, AC, equals 0 condition, 4, uncertainty mink, mini.o, x, IC, y, AC, is dark channel of standardized cloudiness image IC, y, AC. It straightforwardly gives estimation of transmission. Dark channel prior is certifiably not a decent prior for the sky locales. Luckily, the shade of the sky is typically fundamentally the same as the barometrical light A of every dimness picture, which gives condition min c, min y.o, x, IC, y, AC, 0.1, and t, x, 0.0 condition, 5. The underneath condition effortlessly handles both sky areas and non-sky areas districts. There is no compelling reason to isolate the sky areas in advance. T, x, equals 1 min c, min y.o, x, IC, y, AC, condition, 6. In practice, even in sunny morning the air is not totally liberated from any molecule. Along these lines, the murkiness despite everything exists when we take a grander at far-off articles. In addition, the nearness of murkiness is a basic prompt for human to see profundity. This marvel is called airborne viewpoint. On the off chance that the fog is evacuated completely, the picture may appears to be unnatural and the sentiment of profundity might be lost. So, an extremely modest quantity of them dimness can be kept optionally for far-off items by presenting a steady boundary W, 0 W equals 1, for the above condition, from which we get the beneath condition. The beneath figure is the assessed transmission map from an info fog image utilizing the fixed size 15x15. It is sensibly acceptable. It contains some square impacts since the transmission isn't generally steady in a fix. Fig flow chart of air light estimation. V result in discussion. The dark channel of the scene radiance has bright values near such objects. As a result, our method will underestimate the transmission of these objects and overestimate the haze layer. Moreover, as our method depends on the haze imaging model, it may fail when this model is physically invalid. First, the constant air light assumption may be unsuitable when the sunlight is very influential. The atmospheric light is bright on the left and dim on the right. Our automatically estimated air light is not the real air light in the other regions, so the recovered sky region on the right is darker than it should be. More advanced models can be used to describe this complicated case. Second, the transmission T is wavelength dependent if the particles in the atmosphere are small and the objects are kilometers away. In this situation, the transmission is different among color channels. This is why the objects near the horizon appear. 6. Conclusion. The proposed an exceptionally basic however groundbreaking earlier, called the dim channel earlier and air light estimation based, for picture fog evacuation. The dim channel earlier depends on the measurements of open-air dimness-free pictures. Joining the earlier with the cloudiness imaging model, picture murkiness expulsion becomes less complex and increasingly powerful. Since the dim channel earlier is a sort of measurements, it may not work for some specific pictures. At the point when the seen objects are naturally like the environmental light and no shadow is thrown on them, the dim channel earlier is legitimate. Acknowledgement. We express our sincere thanks to teaching and non-teaching staffs of Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, VTUPG Center, Mysuru, Mysuru for suggestion and support.